Hey BookTube, welcome back. I'm Winx, and the ink I'm talking about today has nothing to do with books. As my sweater and mug choices here might be cluing you in, this video is all about my cats. Last month was YT's birthday, and tomorrow is actually Mosa's birthday, so right now is a pretty festive time of year over here. I've always wanted to do a video where I just went through a bunch of fun facts about my cats, and this seemed like as good of an opportunity as any, so I'm going to celebrate both of their birthdays by going through 15 fun facts with you. Also, I didn't plan out this video with the intention of making it a tag video, but it's kind of got that format, so if you would like to make a video about your fluffy friends, I hereby tag you. And here we go. So, number 1 is age. Mosa is about to turn 3, and YT just turned 6. Number 2 is breed. Mosa is a gray and white American Shorthair, and YT is a Lynx Point Siamese, though I think YT might also secretly be a Yeti. Number 3 is their birthday/adoption day. So Mosa I actually adopted in September, but she was 3 months old at the time, and when I took off the 3 months, it landed exactly on the birthday of my late kitty Dargo. I found that adorable, so we always celebrated their birthdays on the same day, which is June 6th. YT was technically born on May 12th, but my old roommate and I adopted her on May 13th. As it turns out, her old owners put her up for adoption on her first birthday. It made me super sad when I realized that, so ever since I've decided to celebrate YT on May 13th instead. Number 4 is original name, or if they had a name before you adopted them, what it was. YT's original name, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, was Kukulka. I don't know where it comes from, but that was her name. Mosa's original name is actually pretty adorable. Her name was Love. Number 5 is the origin of their new name. So YT actually stands for Yours Truly and comes from Snow Crash by Neil Gaiman, which is an amazing sci-fi book in the cyberpunk subgenre, and YT is one of the main characters in this book, and she's arguably one of the coolest characters ever. Just super cool character. Mosa's full name is Tallulah Mimosa, and that comes from this book, which is Sue Slate Private Eye by Lee Lynch. This book is about a cat who is also a detective, but has a very fancy client named Tallulah Mimosa. The gorgeous Tallulah Mimosa, irresistible in her ritzy perfume from Cat's Fifth Avenue. Yes, it's quite fitting, so that's where her name comes from. Number 6 is favorite toy. For YT, this would have to be this little mouse guy here. My grandma actually bought this toy for my old kitty Dargo, and he really liked it for a minute, but he was also really old, so he was not as into toys. When YT found this, she loved it, and she would play with it all the time. When YT and my old roommate moved out, I stayed in the same apartment, and I actually kept the couch that we had. Turns out this guy somehow made it under the couch, so I just held on to it for a couple more years, and when YT came back to live with me, I got it back out for her, and she got super excited about it. It was so adorable. So yeah, this is her favorite. For Mosa, her favorite toy is this string. It's actually a shoelace that was in a boot that I had, but I didn't like how thick it was because it made it hard to tie. I took them out, and she is just nuts for this thing. I actually had to be really careful when I brought it in here for filming so she wouldn't see me holding it. If she saw me, she would freak out and just yell at me until we started playing. Number 6 is favorite treats. For YT, she loves these crunchy treats from Iams. I get 2 kinds of these. One of them is for hairballs and one of them is like to clean their teeth. I give both kinds to YT, but mostly she gets the hairball treats because she is long hair and that's super important, especially this time of year. Mosa's favorite treats are these string treats. In general, Mosa is just obsessed with strings of all kinds. And these things look like those Twizzlers where you can pull them apart, and so you just get like one string of treat, and I will throw them and she'll go running and we'll toss it back and forth. It's really, really cute. Number 8 is favorite treats that are not intended for cats. For YT, this is whipped cream. She loves whipped cream, and I am such a pushover that anytime I make some sort of ice cream thing, which, let's be honest, is all the time, I give her a little bit of whipped cream, and it's just become this thing that we do, and it's really cute, and I probably shouldn't do it, but she's so happy about it that I just keep doing it. For Mosa, this is probably ham. She's not as much into dairy, but if I have some lunch meat and I give her like a little piece of it, and YT even walks by, Mosa will growl protectively over this little piece of ham. She loves the ham, so that would be hers. Number 9 is a very important question. What house would these kitties be in Harry Potter? YT, like me, is a Gryffindor, but I think that she might actually be more hardcore Gryffindor than I am. She is just all about like bravery and running out and adventure and exploring and all these things. So I think she is really Gryffindor at heart. She also looks like a lion, so there's that. Mosa, I actually think is a Ravenclaw because she is like too smart for her own good, and yeah, she's just very quick. She's a very quick-witted kitty, and that just seems the most appropriate placement for her. Number 10 was inspired by a conversation I had with Ann Kotarski on Instagram. I posted this picture where Mosa was sitting actually where I'm sitting, but she had her paws out on my chase and it looked like she was imbuing some sort of magic into it. So we started talking about what RPG class our cats might be. I'm pretty sure Mosa would be some sort of like sorceress or mage, maybe an enchantress, along those lines. YT, I'm pretty sure would be a hunter or rogue type class. Number 11 is how do they show affection? I love how YT shows affection. She is an interesting creature because she loves to get picked up and to stand on shoulders or just lay across my shoulders. When I get home from work, she will not leave me alone until I pick her up, and I'll walk around my apartment with her just standing on my shoulders, or I'll hold her where her back paws are on my arm and her front paws are up here, and she's just rubbing her face all over my glasses, and it's really, really cute. She's so affectionate when she's in shoulder mode. Mosa, on the other hand, is more of a lap kitty. She will come over and just curl up on my lap when I'm sitting on the couch, or she likes to lay on top of me in bed. I will also say that Mosa seems to have a really good sense or intuition of when I am not feeling well, especially with fibromyalgia. For example, yesterday she was very angry with me because I trimmed some of her nails. She hates this. It's like the absolute worst thing I could ever do to her. She was so offended. But that evening I started feeling really not good with fibromyalgia stuff, and I was laying in bed and she just came over and she like laid on my legs and then just like put her paw out and she put her paw on my hand, and it's just so cute and it just makes me feel so much better whenever she does this, and yeah, it was great. Number 12 is their favorite spot to be pet. YT likes to be pet around her neck. I think it's hard for her to scratch because she has so much fur there with her mane. So if you go in and give her a good neck scratch, she is very pleased. Mosa really likes to get her nose bridge rubbed. I don't know what, I just randomly discovered this one day and she loves it. However, she loves to get belly rubs specifically from Jess. I don't know what happened, but Jess came over one day, started rubbing Mosa's belly. Mosa will let me touch her belly, but she's never been really into like a full belly rub until this happened, and now she's just like nuts for it. She loves to get belly rubs from Jess. Number 13 is Quirks. So besides her whole shoulder thing, which is pretty quirky, I guess, YT is really into burying things. Even if there's nothing around for her to bury it with, she'll just paw at the ground to try and bury her food. But there have been times where there were items around for her to bury her food with, and I've come home to find it buried by paper bags, tissue paper, and even cat furniture that she found easy to move. Mosa's biggest quirk is probably the way that she smells things. When I tell people that she smells things in a funny way, they usually think I mean that thing that cats do where they'll sniff stuff and then they open their mouth. It's not that. In fact, she rarely does that, but she'll go up to things, smoosh her nose against it, and just breathe in so loud you can hear it from a few feet away. And I call this smurgling because I decided I needed a name and that name seemed to fit it. So she smurgles. She smurgles everything. When I take baths, she loves to sit up on the bath tray and just smell it because I think she can smell whatever bath bomb that I used that day. She will smurgle me sometimes. She loves to smurgle shoes, just everything, all the time. It's weird, but she loves it. Number 14 is nicknames. Technically, Mosa and YT are already nicknames of Tallulah Mimosa and yours truly, but on top of that, I will often call YT Yeti because she looks like a Yeti and YT Yeti makes sense. That sometimes evolves into Yeti Spaghetti. I also call her Floof, Yeti Princess, and Little Girl because she's just like really tiny. Mosa I will sometimes call Queen Mosa because she is undeniably the queen of this house. I also call her Squish, and I call her Baby Girl because she is the baby of the family. And finally, number 15. This is not actually a fact or question, but I'm going to end this video with a couple clips of both YT and Mosa when they were babies. So here's YT. Super cute, right? And here's Mosa. I know, it's great. So now you know a whole lot more about YT and Mosa, and I think this was the perfect way to celebrate their birthdays. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope you're all having a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!